so you're going to have to develop a relationship with that teacher and a trust with that teacher. Okay? They want to be heard just like the kids do. They don't want to be blown off. They don't want to be looked at like, what's your problem? You have to listen to them with great intensity, so to speak. Like, you know, even though you may be rolling your eyes up in your head at times, you've got to put that smile on your face and you've got to let them know, because they may have legitimate gripe. Okay? That kid is still our responsibility, and we need to do something with that child. Okay? So you're going to gain some valuable experience and some great trust from the teachers if you're in their classrooms, seeing what's going on with those kids. If they tell you there's a kid here that's real bothersome, then go observe that kid, sit in the back of the class. That shows that teacher right there. You listened, you heard, and you're learning about that kid. Okay? That's valuable to me for my counselors.
And make your decisions based on data. I mean, for example, my counselor came to me one year and said, Mr. Knowles, we had a lot of fights at the end of the year last year. So they were keeping the data, and that was good. And so my question was, what are you going to do about that? And so, the counselor came up with some great ideas, and then the end of the school year that year, they came up, and then at the last month of school, every day during lunchtime, we did some type of activity. We had a band come in and play, or we had some type of little talent show, or just little bitty games. We had, we had a intramural sports program going on, and the kids were so focused on that, they didn't focus on each other, and so we had less conflict, which, resulted in less fights. And so it's, little things like that. Go the extra mile. Don't just say because it's that way, it's acceptable, because it's not. If you're looking at your data and you have too many absences, or you have too many referrals coming in from a particular teacher, be proactive and look at some ways and some strategies that you can support not only the school but the individual teachers.
Any questions? You touched upon having study and all that. As far as for school counselors, thinking more on the side of Monrovia, I've heard at different school districts they have different requirements for school counselors. Does your district require a teaching credential? I've heard that in the past. I'm not too sure that some districts require teaching credentials for some school counselors, some don't.
For subbing or for the actual position?
For teaching credentials, yes. For school counselors, do they need a teaching credential? I've heard that at some school districts they don't, and some they do. Is that true? Or am I?
No, it's
It's the best person that we think.
you have to have your PPS for the counseling. It just, if you've done any teaching, it gives you an insight of the classroom. And for subbing, it's your bachelor's in CBES.
Know when you're going to be done with your program. I don't know about Darren, but I can't begin to tell you how many people come in and they apply for the position. You read their paperwork and you think they're done with everything. You get them in there, you absolutely fall in love with this person, and then you find out they're going to be done in 9 months or something like that. Or, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be done in May. Anybody who says I'm pretty sure I'm going to be done in May, they're not going to be done until May of 2013. Okay?
That's true.
So, if you're not done, know exactly that day that piece of paper says you are it.
And then go to your, go to Learn and get a paper that's saying that you're going to get completed too. A lot of times when they check all your classes, they will set a paper, they're on schedule to graduate at the time too.
I have a question on as teacher getting your master's. Does that affect your hiring, rate? Because I've heard from different principals, if you have your master's, we don't want to hire you right now because you cost more for our districts.
I don't ever look at that. I think
Okay.
it's a lot of people, they're coming out with their masters right now.
Yeah. Well, I did get my
And it's because you can't find a job. You need to keep going to school, keep improving yourself. As principals, we don't really look at pay.
Why are you looking at me?
Because we don't look at how much you're going to get paid.
Okay.
We're not looking at that bottom line if we get the teacher retires and then new teachers are coming up. We want the best person in for that position that's gonna fit the best of the school, and let these guys worry about that.
Wait, that doesn't really come up.
Okay.
I mean, you really want to get the best person.
Yeah, don't not get your master's
Well, I didn't
because
do
you're
the
going to.
Um,
No, that's actually a plus.
Okay. One more thing. You were saying look up API scores and like I went on one of the Benita interviews where they had 400 something candidates and they knocked it down to 40, so that they were 5 to 10 minute interviews. How do you bring something like that up when they're asking you not basically about who you are? They're asking, okay, have you ever done anything with reading intervention, or how do you bring that you've actually researched the district and the school?
So when they're talking about those specific programs, you can slip in there, I know your scores are at this, and you've done pretty well. This is what I would do to help in those programs. So
They're
they,
just trying to tie it into
yeah,
every
so they
question.
hear that you have looked up their school and where they're at.
Okay, thank you.
You know, when you're going through the interview process, really listen good to what the principal or whoever the panel is, listen good to what they're asking you. Okay, for keywords like, you know, a lot of times the first question is pretty similar. Briefly tell us a little bit about yourself. Right there, the very first word, briefly tell us about yourself. Okay, because, you know, the panel has already read your application. Okay, so just kind of, you know, update a little bit, make sure that, you know, they got the right person there type thing. So briefly do that. You know, Rick and I were together for 4 years, and I can tell you that it's Santa Fe and Clifton are the two middle schools. And I can guarantee you that if we interview 10 people, Clifton and I were together, I can guarantee you that my number 1 is going to be their number 10, and their number 10 is going to be my number 1. Okay? Because when I go in an interview, I'm looking for personality. A big time personality. Now I'm not looking for people who are in there, you know, cracking jokes or anything like that. But I can tell after question 3 if you're going to be, you know, if I'm going to be looking at you real hard, it's a good fit. Okay, so a lot of that goes back to knowing about the school and about the district. But you know, be true to yourself too, because I want a good fit, but I also want that person to be at my school just as bad as I want them, because then I know that things, you know, that good things are going to happen. Okay, so, you know, like I said, be true to yourself, be who you are, listen to the questions, don't hesitate to take a couple seconds or a few seconds to think about what they're asking. Okay, this is one of the most important things, and I want to hear something good, and if there's anybody in this panel that we know when it's a canned answer. Okay, we know when you're saying what you think you want us to hear. I mean, we just know it. That's why I say, be who you are. Because I've gone through some crazy interviews with some people, and he and I looked at each other, you know, and I said, I want her, gotta have her. And the principal of the other schools looking at me like, "You're nuts," you know, but there's just, you know, there's just something about it, you know, so be true to yourself when you're doing your interviews, guys.
Something Darren's talked about a little bit briefly before is what I add to, when you get that position, be there and do the best job you can. We are not going to keep you if you don't feel, I have a rule, if I want my kid in your classroom. If I don't want my child to be in your classroom, you won't last after that first year. You have to do and learn and go and ask for help. And if the principal gives you some advice, make sure that you do that. Even if it's not straightforward, you need to do this, this, and this. If they say you should try to do that, they're trying to tell you. I'm a little different in my each school I've been at. I will tell you, I need you to make sure that you're doing this, this, and this, because I want to make sure it's clear. If they suggest that to you, make sure you do it. Every superintendent I've ever had and every assistant superintendent of human resource always said, if you don't want your student, your child in their classroom, they're not good enough to keep tenure. We're looking for A+ people.